up. Let's do this.
Let's do it. I have the pre-workout coursing. I have my coffee.
Pre-workout and coffee. What are you, 18? How can you do that?
Good, terrible combination. And I do not recommend it at all.
All right, Ron, I lead a global privacy program for a large retailer.
You do?
Not me.
Oh, okay.
I don't want to. I wonder what it is, Wonder who it is.
I think he'd be great at it.
Thanks, man. My role isn't exactly C-level, but I'm the only one responsible for privacy efforts. I feel like I'm not engaged at the right levels of projects. For example, we were launching a major initiative that involved a ton of new data collection, but I was made aware of it a few months prior to the launch. How can I get more involved, not feel like I'm herding cats, and a closer seat at the table?
Wow. I've definitely been in this person's shoes. And I will say, Cam, just to start off, that a lot of the time, it's completely cultural, right? A lot of companies, you're at the mercy of how they view your function, your role, and privacy in general.
Yeah.
And I've admittedly been in situations where I've worked with, C-level folks that haven't necessarily invested the appropriate resources or focus into their privacy risk stature, if you will. So there are plenty of us out there that are dealing with executive teams that might not be the most supportive, aren't providing the adequate resources for us to do our job. I resonate, it really resonates with me, what this person was saying around them being they were like a one-person show, right? Where they're the sole individual addressing privacy, likely with extremely limited resources. So again, just wanted to point out that this is commonplace. So I think some of the things I would recommend this individual do to elevate their presence within an organization that might not be supportive of privacy on the whole is maybe to proactively offer to present at higher level meetings, like at the board. I've done that a couple of times where I would offer to provide board level comms on what the company should be aware of from a privacy perspective. So raise your hand a lot and demonstrate that you are adding not only compliance value, but like where on the executive project roadmap are you able to, demonstrate that privacy is kind of supportive of that? And that's a really tough thing to do, I will say. It involves metrics. It involves, working with the project teams. Developing really good partnerships with the folks that are actually profit centers is actually incredibly critical to demonstrating your value. So whenever I'm in-house, I'm always focusing on how do I help my product and engineering teams and my marketing teams do their best to make money for the company, because that's really what executive teams are focused on. So build those relationships, I think is one thing, similar to just building relationships with your adjacent teams like security, like profit centers. I think building processes to make their lives easier is critical. Meaning, for example, how do you fit into a product team's PRD development processes? Where can you best inject privacy by design, privacy reviews that are going to be super easy for the product team to kind of, push out.
Don't reinvent the wheel. They don't have to like recreate something.
Yeah.
I get what you're saying.
You hit it on the head. Do not recreate the wheel. Leverage as much of those existing processes as possible, which will demonstrate to the product teams that you're not just trying to layer on, bureaucratic review cycles. You're actually trying to help them move faster by building into their existing processes. So I think, again, building those relationships, but then going further and building upon the frameworks, the technologies, the tools that your teams are using. But I will say that platforms like Transcend easily integrate into those existing tools, and we have a ton of integrations as well. So if you're still thinking about a tool or a platform, just know that there are platforms out there that are super integratable into those processes. So little plug there.
That was a shameless little plug, and I love that, and we can drink to that.
Yes.